Give me the smooth groove. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've been a Broadway fan since I was a kid, you know. Stepping into the Michael Jackson role also was a huge thing for me because I've also been an MJ fan since I was a kid, you know. So like having these two dreams come true at the same exact time is like surreal. Yeah, it's wild. The whole mannerisms thing, I mean, like we study, you know, like it's the type of thing that I'm on my laptop or phone just watching videos and making sure that like, you know, we're getting every single detail accurate, or at least close to accurate as possible. Also with the movements, we have Rich and Tone Talawega, who are like the Michael Jackson movement coordinators. So they're very meticulous about where the hand goes, or like, you know, the shoulders and the posture and all that stuff. So it's a vigorous process, but it's also like the most rewarding because when we get on stage and we do it right, you feel it, and there's something to that, you know.
Casting any of our MJs is a task. Matt, when we first saw Matt really stood out for his dancing for me because he's an extraordinary dancer. He has an incredible attack. So happened that he could also sing really truly beautifully and came to us with a lot of acting skills. The team have worked with him extensively to kind of build those skills and develop them. And now, you know, we're relying on him to perform MJ 6 times a week, which is, you know, a tall order. So it's been about also building stamina and, you know, really getting him ready to deliver that kind of energy throughout the week for the audiences that come in.
My mom was a dance teacher. She owned her own dance studio in New Jersey where I grew up. There was one recital where it was dedicated to Michael Jackson, strictly. And I was in the Billie Jean jacket, and there's pictures of me somewhere that are just like me at like 8 years old, 7 years old, with the band around my arm, the loafers on. And yeah, I had birthday parties that if you weren't dressed as Michael Jackson, you couldn't get in. Like, it was that serious, you know? It's just been a part of my life for as long as I remember, specifically the music. I mean, that music is universal, you know? Everyone can acknowledge that it's something special. So at the top of Act 2, yeah, starting with Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal. I mean, those are like Michael Jackson staples. I mean, those numbers are beasts separately. Together is wild. So starting off with that is just like, hey, I don't know, I think it's a trip down nostalgia lane or whatever. But yeah, there's just that mystifying quality, that element of surprise that he was very adamant about portraying in every performance. And it's also like getting shot right out of a cannon. It's just kind of immediately just like a 14-minute long sequence of dance. I mean, I think at any point in your life you remember hearing Michael Jackson's songs for the first time, you know, and what it did to you, and just like the beats, the grooves, the memories that you attach to that. Coming to this show to experience all that over again is nothing but joyful and exciting and nostalgic. And yeah, it also just deep dives right into like how an artist works. It's not just the way Michael Jackson works, but I feel like a lot of artists are similar in that way of just like perfection and wanting to make everything the best you've ever made it. So if you're a creative like that, you will definitely also have a great time. Getting to see Michael's creative process is like a dream come true, at least for me and audiences, but seeing it this close and up and close and personal, and seeing how Michael worked and how spontaneous he is also with changing things on the spot or adding elements or taking away elements. Yeah, you don't really get that in a lot of biographical musicals, and this is something special with that.
I think that it's been assembled in such a beautiful way. It's like I love Thriller, the number, because I think that it speaks to all of the complexities of Michael Jackson in one number. But I think that a lot of the numbers do that. I just think that Chris has done a magnificent job telling this story and in maintaining sort of the integrity of the show and making sure that we have performers who can sing and dance and who can communicate all the pathos of this particular piece.
I think generations of the audiences that come in to see the show all have such memories, I think, associated with Michael's music. It's very nostalgic for a lot of people. And I think the young people that come and see the show hear the influence of Michael on current artists of today. So I think it's certainly the music, for sure. I think actually seeing these young performers really truly triumph in this role. Matt has now taken his place among 15. There are 15 performers playing MJ out in the world right now in this show and various productions of this show. The inspiration for these young artists through Michael's music, through his movement, and just seeing them get out there and killing it. It's that for me is truly makes me proud and excited that we're continuing to be able to put this show in front of audiences.